What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for our first VOD review of Set 15. I was able to play in the Influencer playtest. Also, obviously, you can't see my face right now because we got the Luna cam going on here, but you can also see my face down there from when I actually played through this VOD. So we got everything that you could ever need here. But this is one of the games that I played during Set 15 playtest. There's a lot going on, obviously, and I'm not going to be able to cover every single trait, every single little thing that's going on here, but I'm going to try to cover as much as possible and talk about the traits that I have in that are active. So yeah, this was a really fun game that I can't wait to talk about. We start off here. We have a Syndra 2-star if we want to it, but we're going to play around this Supreme Cell plus Heavyweight opener, and I guess Luna's gone now, so we can come back to my face here. So Heavyweight it's essentially bruisers, but they gain some extra AD. It's like AD based on the amount of HP, so it's like an AD bruiser type thing. And then, and you can see we're even throwing Luchador in here, which is kind of a weird one where they gain AD, they kind of drop low 50% HP, jump back, and then jump in, which is cool. And then Supreme Cell, I highlighted earlier. Honestly, it's probably good for us to go back and look at when I highlighted Supreme Cell here. And you can look at there we go, Supreme Cell. So this is a pretty interesting one. So it buffs the cell the unit who is a Supreme Cell who does the most damage last round becomes the Supreme Cell, and then when it dies, the cell jumps to the highest current damage Supreme. So you always have a Supreme Cell and then the other kind of base cells. The cells all get damage amp, and the Supreme Cell gets more and executes enemies under 10% HP. So you get 10% damage amp, 5% here, and then as you go up, you can even get 2 Supreme Cells as you go up. So you can play around this Darius. Darius is this really cool ability where he does this big ult, and if he gets a kill, he resets and keeps going. So he's a pretty nice kind of early item holder with kind of AD bruiser type items. Oh, and we didn't even talk about the set mechanic, which we will probably see in just a second here. But first, let's look at our augment here. Don't want to take Luchador crown. Yeah, I'm not too hyped about that. I mean, it's whatever here. Yeah, I was reading the Luchadors, but I'm like, 4 Luchador, who cares about that? Buried Treasures is pretty good. I don't think it's going to be the other one. And then I see Birthday Present, and I'm like, you know what? Birthday Present can maybe get me some crazy, 2-star units early on. I'm excited about that. Throw in this Callista here, who has no traits on the board. And so we use our upgrade, right? It's called, or power up. That's what it's called. So if this is your first time seeing any Set 15 content whatsoever, the set mechanic, let me look. The Luna messed everything up. The set mechanic is you get this consumable that you can use on a unit, and it gives them a power-up. So you can see here, we can give him some Omnivamp CC immunity, we can give him Omnivamp when allies take in damage amp, or each round get a random stat. So you can see a lot of different stuff we can go for here. We could take the over 9,000 and go for kind of a reroll type line. We can use these as more tempo if you want crowd control immunity or when you want damage amp. I opt to take the CC immunity one onto him, and then build the Hodge, which is kind of healing overload, but also on a melee unit like this, you don't feel too bad about having a ton of healing here, because you can see he just keeps healing back up here. But what's really cool about this set mechanic, if you know nothing about this, what I love about the set mechanic is you can see that other weird little consumable we have there. If you put this on this unit, it pulls the consumable off him. If you sell this unit, it pulls the consumable off of him. I don't know why, but I was really afraid when they were kind of announcing the set mechanic that they were going to be like, yeah, you buff up your unit and it stays on that unit the entire game, which, would make it really hard to flex and stuff like that. But no, for this set mechanic, you put this on this unit, and if right now I want to move this over to Callista, I can do that really easily. So it really encourages flex play, encourages you to do a bunch of really interesting stuff. You can see edgelords here. Yeah, we can actually the traits that I hovered over we can look at. So Yasuo is actually really cool. He's a mentor unit, which is it's the same as Emissary from the previous set, where you can only activate 1 or 4 and they all have their own unique bonus. But instead of it being to all allies it is all allies on the 1, but when you go to 4, the mentors gain all bonus, upgrade their abilities, and then other allies gain nothing. So it's kind of interesting. When you go up to 4, it becomes a selfish trait where you want to play around the mentors themselves. When you play just 1, it's a team-wide buff. Really kind of interesting trait design there. And then Edgelord here, Omnivamp and AD AD, and then when they're hitting guys under 50% HP, they get a bunch of attack speed. So pretty cool. I love me some edgelords, and they're very, very fun to play around here. So yeah, I mean, for now, we're just playing around our Supreme Cell. We opt to go for the really aggressive level here because, I mean, obviously we're paying buried treasures, so why not play super aggro here? And I realize, you know, like if we win this fight, we can actually make 10 gold here, even with the super aggro level 5 here. And we also ended up getting an Atrox too, which puts in 4 heavyweight here. So yeah. I'm looking at the 5 costs, which we'll definitely talk more about the 5 costs as we play around them. But I was looking at the 5 costs to be like, okay, I want to go like fast 9 this game, right? I'm birthday present win streak, so I want to go fast 9 in this spot. How am I going to play around it? Well, we'll see. We have Chain Vest open here. I mean, I was looking at maybe, I really wanted Titans here actually, but I ended up just taking Swords here. Titans, they actually did change this set, by the way, where once you get to max Titan stacks, you get CC immunity, which is pretty cool for a unit like this. It's kind of like a mini like QSS type effect, and you also see I'm going a bit crazy here, leveling really aggressively. But look at this, I get Gangplank here, and look at this, I'm gonna remove all my items and then throw this onto him, and now I have an upgrade onto Gangplank. I can either give him AD, if it has no active traits, gain HP and AS. I actually haven't really played around this one. This seems kind of funny. And then you have a low health gain damage amp, and then make a trainer dummy and dash away, which is kind of interesting. I think I just opt to take the AD one to have GP do some stuff. And GP is a really cool duelist who shoots his gun. Cool thing about GP is you might see, yeah, if he gets a kill there, he will farm a gold. It's that classic GP where he shoots his gun. And yeah, if he gets the last hit with his gun, which does a lot of damage, it's got, yeah, 52% chance with the extra AP we got of farming some gold there. So really nice. And also is moving us towards playing Mighty Mech, which you will see when we get 3 in. We can yap about that. But I mean, first impressions on this set as we just kind of breeze through the rest of this stage, I absolutely loved it. I loved the flexibility and the skill expression of bouncing around your power up. A ton of fun units to play around. Power ups also just increase, they just create so much room for playing really interesting stuff, really cool and just out there stuff. You know, I think there are gonna be some crazy power up combinations that exist out there. Also, you can see duelists are back, which is just such a fun trait. Get up the stacking attack speed, so fun to play around. I also see these duelists in my shop here, and honestly, I mean, after thinking about it, I think I should have just played 4 duelist here because I'm playing 4 Gangplank here, so just drop a couple of my heavyweights and play for 4 duelists, but I didn't really want to. I get these slams down, so I make just Edge of Night plus Sterex here because, I mean, these are 2 good bruiser type slams, and, you know, whenever you take a birthday present, you want to be playing for a win streak, and so that is what we are obviously going to be doing here. So we go for that, and you can see GP is just farming up here. Also, did I have anybody in this lobby? Did I have like Kai? No, I don't think I actually had like Kai or anybody actually new in this lobby, so rest in peace. Didn't get to farm Kai Watanabe, this guy. I don't know. Not going to take uplink with no extra items. Not going to take Supreme Cell Circlet, even though, you know, maybe they're fun. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I mean, maybe I could take the bunch of swords with the attack speed from duelists, I think is pretty decent. Radiant item, I mean, I already have items here. And I was looking at the items and I was like, you know what? I can play like some kind of backline carry with the sword overflow and just play around that. I think that's fine. And we level up here, you can see, and we fit in the 3 Mighty Mech. And so Mighty Mech's a really cool trait. So it summons this mecha guy. I don't know what this is even based off of, actually. Is this like, it must be Galio. Yeah, this is like some kind of mecha Galio, but really cool. Like, just, I don't think this is like a base skin in the game. I don't know if it is. I mean, it looks really cool. So when you put 3 in, it's kind of like a tank, but you can go up to 5 mech, 7 mech, and each level up gives your mech kind of like an item. So you can see he has this item here that just says he heals for, I think it's 10% of the damage all of my mech units do. And then as you tier him up, gets the more items and starts to become more of like a carry. Like if you get 7 mech in, the Mighty Mech is doing like good damage. So it's a very cool summon trait. I don't know. I didn't get to play like insane amounts around Mighty Mech. I played a pretty fun game around it. And Mighty Mech also has some really cool 4 costs to play around. Karma as the AP carry is really nice. It's so sick. So I think at this point I kind of realized I should probably play for a duelist here, but I don't want to cut the Atrox. So the Atrox is giving me Mighty Mech. So I realized, oh, well, I can just cut the Jace here, cut Jace plus Zac here and get the 4 duelist in here. Because yeah, Atrox is, he is mech, he is heavyweight, and he is Juggernaut, I believe. so he's actually doing a ton of work on this board. And the Udyr as well is getting his mentor bonus, like I talked about, because we only have one mentor in. He is buffing up our entire board, giving us all, I want to say, attack speed because he's a duelist, but I actually don't remember. Look, to be fair, how many games do I have on this set? Not that many. And you guys are going to be able to play very soon, right? This is obviously a playtest, but we're going to have PBE out very soon. Usually comes out on Tuesday, so probably be Tuesday. In a couple of days, you guys are going to be able to play, which is, it's so hype. I can't wait for PBE and to just grind out this new set. It's so cool. And yeah, I pick up the Karma there, who's a really cool Mighty Mech unit. So you can see, yeah, Senna shoots this beam, and actually, yeah, let me, we'll see Karma in action here, because I think I play her. But Karma, actually, I might, I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Yeah, I do play. Karma has this really cool ability. So watch Karma. So she's going to auto a lot of times. Hopefully the fight's not over before the time she does it. Yeah, there she is. She's going to throw that big giant like cyclone, I don't know what you even call it, like spinning top that does a bunch of damage essentially over time. Get the next power-up. So the other cool thing about power-up is you do get a second one at 3/6 here, and so I throw it onto Kaisa just to make her shoot more bullets. There are also some where you can kind of upgrade. You can put both of your fruits on the same unit, which I think is really cool. So you can like get a second level. So yeah, I didn't actually get a chance to do any of those in my playtest, but I saw I've seen some where it has like 2 tiers, which is really cool. So you can kind of go all in on a unit, or you can play around other units. There are augments that care about your power-ups as well. I had one that says your power-up units kind of like emanate stats to around the units around them, like in a Randuin's type thing. So I don't know, just so cool, honestly. And I feel like Birthday Present is the best first game to play, because you guys know Birthday Present, but also I can show you off some of the new units. And look at this, we hit Samira. She is a Soul Fighter Edgelord. So I don't know if I have her Soul Fighter at all, actually. And I'm going to roll down a bit because I'm trying to just find the board to play. And I move that fruit over to Samira here. What do I take? I think I take the one that like range extends and makes her prioritize. Yeah. Abilities target low health enemies gain mana regen and attack range. This is a cool one. So Samira, really low mana. I think she's 15 mana. She casts 2 times, and then on her third cast, yeah, then she does this big, like her actual ult. So she's like a multi-cast unit where, yeah, she has to cast, maybe it's 3 times she has to cast. It looks like 3 casts there. But yeah, she casts a few times, and then she does her big ult. Okay, so unlimited power is this, it gives Rabadons and a Morello, pretty cool, duelist, blah. This is a really cool new augment, Trickster's Treat. So you get a Trickster's Glass, and then the Trickster's Glass summons an extra unit every 9 seconds. So obviously you get 2, and then, if you can keep that unit alive, you can keep summoning extra copies. I mean, I just imagine something like that with like Kobuko of this set. We're just getting infinite Kobukos that keep popping out. I mean, that seems insane. We actually, we hit this Lee Sin here. Lee Sin, really cool. As you can see, he's one of these like form swapper type, well, not even necessarily form swapper, but like stance selection units where you put him in. He can be a Juggernaut, a Duelist, or an Executioner. Obviously, we want him as Duelist here, so we can play 6 Duelist. But we can also, play him as those other forms, and he has different abilities in each of his forms. So this is, I don't know, he's a very cool unit here, and so I have to put Tricksters on him. I'm like, how could it be bad having another bunch of Lee Sins here? Must be decent enough, and throw the Evans Shroud on him. And yeah, you can see this is his Duelist ability. So on attack, he just does some extra physical damage, and then his active is he sends 10 after images to the nearest 2 enemies, and each deals physical damage and reduces armor by 6. So a lot of armor reduction in this, and you can see a bunch of Lee Sins just popping out and bonking at guys. We do finally lose our streak here, I think. Yeah, pretty rough, but hey, at least our Samira is doing good work. I guess the other thing that I haven't yapped about at all this set, but that's pretty cool, is their character models. They're very stylized. They've done this kind of like inked effect on them because they want it to feel very like anime and stuff. I think it's really cool. I mean, I love the aesthetics from this set. Really colorful, really just loud. Aesthetics that really pop. I really enjoyed the aesthetics in the few games that I've played so far. Just a really pretty set. And also, I'm sad that you can't hear it. I didn't want to talk over myself talking, but there's really good music this set as well. So keep your music on when you start playing on PBE. There's some really nice music. I mean, I talked before about the their, like anime opening thing that they did, which was so cool. But even just, like the set music, I think the team did a great job. Picking up another Giant Spell here. We want some heal cut on this board, so that's what we're looking for. Also, Ashe is a duelist. Kind of interesting, right? You always think of Ashe as like a sniper unit, and there is sniper in this set. And also, level up here, and we get this guy. We get our Yone here, who is... Yeah, actually, I have his ability. Let's look at his... I think I have his ability here. He's a Mighty Mech Edgelord, which actually gets Mighty Mech back in here, which is so funny. So his attacks grant 5% stacking attack speed and movement speed, and alternate between the dealing bonus true damage that scales off AD, and then bonus magic damage. So he's using his different swords. Very cool. And then his ult is really cool. He sends an echo towards the 2 furthest enemies. So he'll send like one here and one here. And then he does damage and knocks up everything in the line. It's a lot. And the knock up, I mean, it's pretty short, but it's kind of gas. It does some work here. So I say, you know what? Must be. I should play another Yone here. I also use my my Devil Fruit, as some people call it. My power up on this guy. I don't know what I end up taking here, actually. This is this cool damage dealt by Yone and Yasuo apply a stacking bleed, which is cool. So you can, there are some like this, right, where it's like powering up Yone and Yasuo, which is really cool. Yeah, I think I just take Blade NATO, deal physical damage, like AoE damage. I mean, it seems good enough here, and just throw some items onto him. And my idea is just getting a bunch of them. You can see it does the little knock up here. You can see it again. I mean, this Yone unit is so cool, actually. I mean, all these units, this set, they did a great job. They did a great job this set. It's so hype, actually. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm realizing, like, I probably do want to eventually get out of Vertical Duelist, just because I'm playing around a Yone. I got dropped a Yone and a Samira. I got dropped 2 Edgelords, a 4 cost and a 5 cost. So I'm like, I really should end up playing more Vertical Edgelord than Vertical Duelist. And I also realized the Edgelord board fits really well. You have Yasuo, who is a mentor. You have this Shen, who I think I have down here, who is a Bastion. Bastion, same as last set, where it gives armor and Amar, and also, like spread some to your team. So, very easy. And that is important because I also want to play Braum later, which I can talk about when I get there. But Braum is actually, I'm forgetting what the trait is called now. Luchador, maybe? Something to that effect. And that actually works with Volibear, who is another edgelord. So the traits are going to work really well. I like Morello here, and then I just kind of have to finish off a tank item here. I was kind of... yeah, I guess I could have taken like a Sterax here, but my idea is that, I'm not necessarily going to be playing this Lee Sin forever, so I'm just going to put the Warmogs on him as like a solid enough tank item. This will go on like a real tank later, but you can see the Yone does work, the Samira does work, and I'm like, okay, I just got to fit in some other edgelords. Xayah is Star Guardian, which is a cool trait. It's kind of the, it's kind of like similar to like Heavenly and, I'm like literally already blanking on the one that's in the current set that we're playing in, but it's like that, except it doesn't apply to your entire team. It just applies to the Star Guardian units, but each one has their own bonus, and their bonuses are kind of more interesting. It's not just like straight up stats that it gives to the units. It's like actually like, one of them is like extra mana on attack. One of them is your units all gain like a shield at combat start. So yeah, I also pick up the Samir here at this point saying, maybe I can go for a 3-star 4 cost. Oh, I do pick up, Varus is a cool 5 cost. I don't really end up playing around him this game, but he's a very cool 5 cost. He is a sniper, and it's this trait that he also shares with Jhin Wraith, I think it's called, that gives him some like bonus damage. But he's cool. He fires like a bunch of arrows and just goes pew pew pew. There's so many fights I had. I'll probably do another VOD tomorrow of one of my Varus, like a Varus Jinx type game, which was really cool. So yeah. As you can see, we are kind of bleeding a little bit here just because we've hit a lot of stuff, but like I said, the 6 duelist is really not that ideal onto our board right now. It's pretty mediocre. I'm just gonna take the GS as another just decent enough damage item, and yeah, I'm team plannering out my board to try to figure out, okay, I want all the edgelords and then other good stuff. Zyra is a really cool 5 cost, which once we get to her, maybe we'll see. We level up here and we pick up Gwen, who is a soul fighter. She's pretty cool, you'll see. So her autos are kind of like AoE. She'll snip, and then when she ults, she'll like shoot out some little needles. So she's actually a pretty cool 5 cost as well here. clear this guy who has the cannon. Oh, check out this, by the way, their new top 4 celebration where it just shows everybody like all together. It's actually such a cool little top 4 celebration. I love it. The aesthetics, they did a great job. Okay, we finally pick up Braum. It is called Luchador actually, and so I'm like, okay, now we have, we have 4 Edgelord we can play. We can also play Braum. So Braum's really cool. If you look at Braum on the top right there, when he casts, he picks up a unit and spins him around. Oh, I think he died before he actually got to fully cast there, which is rough. And we do actually barely win this fight. But winning this fight is actually important because we're going to get 2 Poros. You can see. Look at me. Look under my my player, the river sprite there. We got 2 Poros. So 2 Poros. Braum, the way he works is every fight you win, you get 2 Poros. He's kind of like Soraka, the 5-cost Soraka, that after each round he would you would gain 2 HP. Braum does kind of the same thing, where after each win you get 2 Poros, and then when you lose a fight, those Poros reduce the damage that you would have taken by the amount of Poros you have. Also, you can see as I roll down here, I pick up a lot of these Gwens here. I have 6 Gwens all of a sudden, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait. Maybe I should be playing for Gwen 3, man. Like, this is... But you can also see I get absolutely cleared by this board. This was a crystal... I'm forgetting what it's called. Crystal Rose, maybe it's called? Crystal something. You can see Zyra there is one of them. But it is the econ trait of this set. It's basically Heartsteel. Pretty... I mean, I think it's exactly... I don't think it's... I'm not sure if there's anything that's different from Heartsteel. But I mean, people loved Heartsteel. So, I mean, I'm down. Why not? This set actually does have a lot of like set 10 vibes. Really like loud and you know, colorful and just like nice theming, you know, that stuff back, obviously. You can also see we pick up some more Yones here, and I realize, okay, I'm looking here, I'm like, okay, I got to go for a 3-star 5-cost here. I can't go for Braum, and I can't go for Lee Sin. I also realized that this was my dream, by the way, is put the Tricksters onto the Braum here was the idea. Now I can put triple damage items onto the Yone here, and Braum, I think he should be really good. He reminds me kind of Koboko, where he CCs for a long time. Like, look at this Braumcast here. Well, I'm going to jump away. But he picks up the unit and swings them around for really long, and then he throws them. And while they're flying from the air by being thrown, they're obviously, like, they're losing time as well. So I feel this Braum unit's actually really good CC-wise. But yeah, I drop everything else out of the team planner. I'm like, okay, I'm 28 HP. I have one more round that I can kind of sack here. Don't need the Seraphine, so just make 50. And then I'm going to have to roll next round. So yeah, we move the Titans over to him, and then I'm just gonna move Sterax onto a random Volibear. Like, why not? I think it'll be better than what I got going on here. And then oh yeah, this is something else that you can do. You can pop your power up off and then reapply it on the same unit and basically just reshuffle it. So pretty cool. All right, but this is the round that I have to roll for 3-star 5-cost. I roll pretty quick, I would say. I'm kind of a beast. I realize the Zyra in my planner is like way too much work, but there is the Yone. I hit it. I mean, it's not even too hard. And then I start rolling. I'm like, oh no, I need to hit my other stuff as well. I need to hit my Gwen as well. So I'm rolling for the Gwen and stuff as well. But yeah, here, let me, can I turn my own audio on? Yeah, I'm turning my volume up on this because I want to hear just the effect of this. I'm playing Fruit. I mean, the 3-star 5 boss. Look at this.
Oh, what the fuck?
Isn't that so sick?
That was so sick. What?
Yeah, you can tell I'm me. He like turns all the lights out and then just one taps everybody else. Oh, it's such a cool 3-star 5-cost effect. I mean, this set is so nice, man. He's gonna do it again here. That it's just, oh my god. I actually didn't even notice the effect until now, where he sends out all the other. He sends out all the clones of him. That's what does it. It's all the clones of him and go. Psh, 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 psh. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's go back and low-key watch the last fight again, because I didn't even notice the and on regular speed here. Watch him cast. So yeah, he sends them all out and then. I mean, that's so sick. Riot Games, you've done it again, baby. But yeah, I'm like, well, I have a 3-star 5-cost. Might as well go for the Gwen as well here, because I mean. I have a decent amount of gold here, so let's roll it down, try to find 2 Gwens. There's 1, there's 2, baby. So that is a 2 3-star 5-cost game. I want to put the Gwen up here so that she at least gets to go first here. Throw the Devil Fruit onto her, give her some healing, damage reduction. I have way too many items here. Let's bring it down to 1x speed here, and you can see Gwen who just shoots a million little snips out and just clears everybody. So yeah, that was probably my best, definitely, okay, not probably, definitely my best game from playtest, but really fun. I had a blast with Set 15, the games I've played so far, and I'm sure you guys will as well once you guys get to play on PBE, which, like I said, coming out Tuesday. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Metaphile. My links down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.